Hello, and welcome to the Book Marketing Simplified podcast. I'm Jen Hanson-dePaula.
And I'm Marcus-dePaula. And today we want to talk about what is holding us back from getting going with our social media marketing.
Yes, I hear a lot of authors talk about some hesitations that they have, whether they're just starting their social media presence or their online marketing, or even those that have been online for a while and they're still hesitant of sharing things. And there's just a lot of fear that people have that we want to address.
And just like with anything, the inertia of getting started, once you get over that and start that ball rolling, that's always the hardest part, is that first step. So what are some of these things that keep us from taking that first step?
Well, the first one that I hear all the time is, what if someone steals my idea?
Oh, yeah.
Whether that be their book topic, or if they steal a social media post and don't give you credit, or if they copy something that you do. That is one of the biggest things that I hear.
Yep.
And the truth of the matter is that someone just might steal that. But what I have seen is that the fear that authors have of someone stealing their idea is much bigger than the actual reality of that happening.
Absolutely.
And I totally understand wanting to hold back, to not share too much before your book comes out, or not, giving away the whole thing,
Sure.
which of course you don't have to do. But the reality is that, true, there might be people out there that might try to take your idea and make it their own. I've had that my entire career. And I've actually caught some people who have used my posts that did not give me credit for, creating the content. Or I've even had people say, hey, this account over here is stealing your content. And it does happen. But I don't want anyone to have that fear control their career and to hold them back from actually stepping forward. If we're putting that scenario on everything that we do, when your book goes out and is released, someone else could take that idea and go in a different direction. I mean, there's that chance with everything.
Right.
And even though social media, it's easier just to cut and paste something into someone else's feed, it's not something that needs to control your life and to hold you back from actually growing.
Well, and my actual take on that too is, if I have a good idea, I want to get it out there as much as possible, as quickly as possible, to show people, okay, I had this idea first, because it's going to live online, unless the social media platform dies at some point. But
well, and when you think about it, if someone does copy you, it's a watered down version of what you're doing. If you're always forward thinking and moving ahead, people are always going to be trailing behind. So don't let the fear of someone using your idea for a watered down version of what you have come up with hold you back.
And along with that, I see some of the people that are most protective of their ideas, they're actually not novel ideas ultimately. Make sure that you're not imitating somebody else too before you put yourself out there. But don't let that stop you. That's another way to engage, is to get out there and see what people are talking about and see, okay, is this idea something that's unique and original? Are people going to respond to this, or should I find something else to talk about? Yeah,
you get a lot of feedback. There have been some ideas where I think, oh, this is brilliant. And I put it out there and it's like, oh, people didn't really connect with it. And that's a great learning experience. And so, okay, move on to the next thing.
That's right. Try the next thing.
Your story or your message is meant to come out.
Yeah.
You need to share that with the world, because there are people that are waiting to hear this, or people are waiting for your help or your direction or your experiences to learn from. So don't let that hold you back.
So besides being worried that somebody else is going to steal their idea, what else do you see holding authors back from getting engaged on social media?
Another big hesitation is, what if no one comments?
The fear of rejection.
Yes. When you post some sort of call to action, or if you post a question and there are no comments received, it can feel like, oh, no one likes me.
Yeah, it's disheartening.
It's very disheartening. And with comments, you want to look and see, okay, did people actually see my post?
Mm-hmm.
Was my image eye-catching enough to make them want to read the caption? Was my caption too long and they lost interest before they got to the call to action to leave a comment? There's so many different factors.
That I posted at 11 p.m. when nobody's on.
Exactly. And so it's something where there are many different reasons why you might not have received comments, but don't let that hold you back from prompting people to leave a comment, because eventually that will happen. So just keep doing it, keep showing up, keep pushing for that engagement, and they will eventually show up.
And then along with the comments, what happens if somebody leaves a nasty comment? I hear people talking about that too.
Yeah, there are some slime balls on social media, that's for sure, but you can't control that. You can delete it, you can block them.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many ways that you can get rid of that nasty comment. They are not in control of your feed, you are.
Right.
And so, yes, there are going to be some jerks online that leave some bad comments, but don't let that hold you back from posting when you have control over who posts on your image.
And especially as your platform starts to get more traction and you get more followers, that's going to attract more people trying to use your platform to make noise about themselves. And unfortunately, a lot of times that's in a lot of negative ways, leaving bad comments or trying to pick fights with people. And like you said, we can't control that, but what we can do is be prepared for it and understand going in that if I have the mindset going in that, okay, I know that there's going to be somebody out there that doesn't agree with what I'm about to post, it's going to be less of a blow once somebody actually does leave a negative comment.
Yeah. Over the years, I've received some who don't agree with something that I've posted, and they've made some sort of snarky remark.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is that there have been people that have come to my aid, like before I've seen the post.
Your
and
followers have stepped up.
And the people that they know that because we've developed a trust factor with those people that follow us, they know that we have their best in mind. And so it's something too where if there are negative comments and some of your followers see it, they're not going to believe it because they have a trusted relationship with you.
Right.
So don't fear your readers seeing those nasty posts and having a bad image of you. They are going to look at that person and go, good grief, what's their problem? I know it's easy to say, oh, don't even let it bother you, because it does bother you, but you can delete those comments.
We just want this to be an encouragement to you not to be stuck, worried about people stealing your idea, worried about people not commenting, or worried about people leaving negative comments.
The positive interactions and the positive people are going to far outweigh the negative people. So don't let one or two people hold you back from sharing what you're meant to share in the world.
Absolutely. What would the make it happen moment be for authors to get themselves unstuck?
I think one of the biggest things is to have some sort of prompt or something that reminds you, whether it be a Post-it note or something that has the message of my story was meant to be shared. My experience was meant to be shared. My book was meant to be shared. And to have that positive affirmation right there in front of you to diminish those negative feelings, to really put that positive mentality behind what you're meant to share and to what you're supposed to share with the world, and not let that negativity rule your mind and make you not want to participate in the conversation.
I love it. That's awesome. I need to do that myself because the voices in my head often are so much louder.
I do. I have like things written that I have taped on my desk, reminders to not let those negative thoughts rule your mind. This is a lifestyle.
That's right. Motivational
podcast and informational.
So before we end, we just wanted to remind you really quick that we're really excited about these new workshops coming out each month. So keep an eye on the website. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter.
Yes, and we'll make sure that you're updated on all the new information that we're sending out. 2021 is going to be a big year.
That's right.
We're going to reclaim it from 2020. And you're going to get everything that you need to get your book marketing and your social media rolling and thriving.
And we're here to help.
Absolutely. So thank you for listening, and we will see you next time.